What's going on, guys? In this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to make that short, clicky, but super thumping feed me style kick. And the thing about it is I've been trying to figure this out for a while now myself, and I've tried to look up YouTube videos, I've tried to search it online, and I wasn't able to find a valid tutorial anywhere. So after some experimentation of my own, I actually figure out how to make a similar, if not exact, replica of a feed me style kick. And I'm going to use an example from a song that I'm working on with Arjaay that's going to come out soon. And so you lucky viewers are the first to hear this. So here's what the kicks sound like in the track. Okay, so as you can tell, that kick is super thumping, but it's so short and so clicky as well. And the reason I am using a straight up example from one of my own songs instead of actually going and making a new project and making the kick from scratch is because there's a certain thing that you have to do that really gives the kick its effect. And that's side chaining almost everything that you have in your song to it, so that it gives it that really quick pulse, but really makes the kick stand out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so as you can see here, the kick from my track is made up of two separate kicks. One is to provide the higher frequencies and a partial body, and the other one is to provide the lower frequencies, which is the thump in the body itself. So if you want to follow along, these two kicks, the one for the high frequencies is Essential House 1, Vintage Essential House 1, hard kick number 65, and then the lower one is Vintage Essential House hard kick number 83. Okay, so as you can see, I've grouped these together. And the first thing I threw on the channel was, of course, Sausage Fattener. This thing's just awesome for everything, so you can expect to see this a lot when it comes to percussion and things like that, especially, well, from me. So the thing that the fatness really does with the kicks is it really brings out the thump of the kick. And then the color, it defines the click. So you can kind of adjust the color to whatever taste suits your song or suits you. In this case, mine's at 12%, but it doesn't really have to be like super precise because it makes a subtle difference. But the more that you do it, the more apparent the difference is. Up here, see, on the higher frequencies, I went ahead and I rolled off at about 450 hertz. And then the low one, I just left it the same. I didn't EQ it, I didn't compress it, I didn't do anything to it, because not only did I do all that up here, also I just thought the sample kind of sounded pretty decent on its own. So the next thing I did was I threw Fab Filter on here, and then I kind of just tweaked around and boosted the parts that I thought would kind of emphasize the thump and the click, and kind of took out parts that I thought might muddy up the mix. So as you can see, I brought out the thump of the kick, took out just a little bit of the body, and then a little bit of the high mids, and then of course I boosted the highs to get more click out of it. The third thing I added was this Oxford transmod, and all you do is you throw up the ratio just a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way with this thing, and you can just kind of tweak around, and this kind of just furthers that click more while keeping that punch. So I mean, without it, and with it. Not a huge difference, but a little bit goes a long way with this thing. So you can tell what it's doing. It's just kind of emphasizing the click just a little bit more, and shaping the transient so the clicks first and then thumps immediately after. And basically that's the entire kick. There's really, you don't have to go through a whole bunch of phases and steps to be able to make it. It's really not that hard, and that's what I was pretty amazed by. Now, what gives, like I said, what gives this kick its sound and spot in the mix is sidechaining everything to it. You know, percussion. Well, see, as you can see here, I kind of sent both of these channels with my kick and my snare to its own bus so that I can sidechain everything accordingly to the kick and snare both at the same time, instead of having to put two compressors and sidechain both. And yeah, so you know. So as you can see, ARPs, beeps, leads, piano, sub bass, and the way that it's compressed, it has a very low attack, which is obviously very low, and then it has a very low release as well, so that whenever it kicks, the sidechain compressor triggers the audio to duck just instantly, just really quick. So it's just super fast, and that way you still get all the elements of the song, and it doesn't take you know, half a second or a quarter of a second to get all the sounds to rise back up again. It's just very quick, very instant, but it's amazing how much it makes the kick stand out. So like I said, if you hear here, you can hear how all the audio ducks to it, especially that little saw in the background, how it just kind of goes da, 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 just very quick. And I mean, that's about it. That's all you have to do to make the kick. And like I said, it amazed me how amazingly simple it was to make it. So I will send this kick to an audio track, and I'll post it in the description so you can download it and use it as you please. However, I do recommend that you try to make your own, because that's the best way to learn, instead of straight up going to YouTube videos and downloading patches and things like that. You know, try and experiment, make your own sounds, and then if you have a song that you put this kind of kick in, then send it to me so I can check it out. So if you like the tutorial, then like the video, comment, subscribe, SoundCloud, blah blah blah. You know the drill. And I have another song that I'm working on with Arjaay, and it should be coming out soon, so definitely stay posted, and I'll let you know what's up. Alright, later guys.